Alright, hello everyone and welcome to another Friday stream. Last week one of the things we tried to do was go to a base on a planet, but I didn't have the updated version necessary for that, but now I do, so let's go fly around a base. Alright, just get in our ship here, which was on the ground. I don't know why it's not now. And now it's stuck. There we go. Right, and there's the base over there on the horizon. We were supposed to start out on the ground, and it was going to be a surprise. We would come over the hill and there would be this base. But, oh well. For anyone wondering, this ship that we're flying right now is a Taidan Scout from Homeworld. Get there a little bit faster. And this base is made out of a Vager command station from Homeworld 2. Anyway, while we're flying around this base, is there anything else that anybody wants to see after we're done with this part? You mean, can you add planets in SpaceEngine? I mean, you can, yeah. Just not like on the fly, not while you're inside the program. You can't create new planets, but you can add them um, by editing files. If you want to crash planets together, you're going to want to use a Universe Sandbox. SpaceEngine doesn't do that sort of thing. It's not a physics simulator. It's a, you know, like a universe explorer type thing. And of course you can fly spaceships too. Yeah, I always thought that the Vager command stations made cool-looking planet bases. It kind of reminds me of something from somewhere, but I can't think of what. I am familiar with Elite Dangerous, yes. Yeah, no, it reminds me of something beyond Cloud City. Yeah, I remember that physics test. It was actually in SpaceEngine. It was like you loaded the map, and then you could do the stuff with it. It was just fly around it. It was interesting. Alright, sure, we can go there. No, there are still no catalog planets around Tau Ceti. SpaceEngine doesn't have... I don't think it has true PBR yet, but it's on the to-do list. Procedural galaxies, sure. This should be interesting. It's a very colorful Titan. Well, that's an interesting ring system. Ooh. This one has some nice rings. Not the most realistic rings, but oh well. I think you mean Enceladus. Alright, let's look at the new locations menu. You can see that when you save a location or go to a location that you've imported, it'll save an image of it to the location in the menu, so you'll know exactly what it is you're going to see when you get there. So let's save this here. add from this location. Red giant. And it saves the image. I love that if one star is close enough and bright enough right next to another star, you'll actually be able to see light reflecting off the star. Alright, so what else should we look at? Try to find a planet with a breathable atmosphere. We might be here for the whole rest of the stream doing that. Okay. This planet is a little bugged. Let's see. Age-old question, is there an eclipse going on somewhere farther in the system? No. There is not. This must be a new bug. I think it's a bug with ring shadows. Yes, it is. Oh, that's something we can do before we start hunting for a planet with a breathable atmosphere. Snowfall made a great new texture for Uranus. And I think it makes it look a lot better. And this includes backlit textures for the rings. Oop, not that far. Alright, now let's go hunting for atmospheres. CO2, CO2 and O2. Well, that's better, not great. There we go. Actually, that oxygen amount is toxically high, so you wouldn't want to breathe that. CO2, N2, O2, and H2O. So again, it's the CO2 that's gonna kill you. Same thing with this one. CO2 and O2 and then CO2. No, CO2 is still too high. That's the closest one yet. The green thing? Oh, that's just some planets in a very wide orbit around a nearby star. I turned orbits on by accident. Nope, CO2 will kill you there. Kill you there. No. This one has an interesting atmosphere. What text? I think, yeah, the CO2 here is still a little high. Yeah, the orbit of that outermost one was 1,000 AU. And the sulfur dioxide here is also not going to be pleasant. Oh, that's lethal. Let's see, what is a good CO2 level? I don't know, you can ask the others if you've missed anything important. I don't know what you might consider important. What's a good CO2 level? Yeah, there are a lot of other filter options I would like to have, and also more advanced ways of manipulating the filters that we already have. Anyway, what was I about to say? Oh yeah, what's a good CO2 level? I think you can something like 1% or so, 1% of an atmosphere partial pressure or less is, you know, it's more or less safe. Ooh, a Terra with life and blue skies and multicellular life. I haven't seen one of those in a while. Oh wow, this is a very nice looking planet. It kind of looks like Africa. I'm gonna save this location. the problem on a lot of these planets, it's because none of those saves were made on this machine and haven't been visited yet on this installation of SpaceEngine, so it doesn't actually have the image information. All it has for them is just the coordinates. But as soon as I were to actually go visit them, it would make a screenshot. Yeah, the problem with a lot of these planets is there's just too much carbon dioxide. Alright, what about you? Nope. Now that atmosphere is not breathable, it's too thin, but it's not lethal either. It's mostly random, but there are some cases where it depends on composition. $69 atmospheres worth of oxygen. Oh my god. Nobody light a match. No, I don't think it's the same planets. And anyway, I did some changes in the code that changed the way that orbits are laid out, so any planet that you would show me would be different anyway. Maybe. No, wait, no. There's 10 times too much carbon dioxide. And I saw an extra 0 there. Oh well. Here's a Terra with a nice big ring. are what texture is going to be updated to 4K resolution. I mean, most of what you deal with in SpaceEngine isn't really based on pre-made textures. And also the sharpness of a shadow just depends on the relative distance between the object receiving the shadow, the object casting the shadow, and the light source. SpaceEngine shadows, the shadows that it has so far, are not low resolution. SpaceEngine, are you crashing on me? No. Okay, good. This atmosphere is too thin. Well, I mean, composition of the atmosphere isn't necessarily what... I mean, it's really complicated when it comes to what color an atmosphere has. Because atmospheres are usually going to be blue, and if they're not blue, then it's usually because of some kind of haze or particles that are suspended in the atmosphere. Like Mars, from the surface of Mars, Mars's atmosphere looks kind of like a reddish brown color because of all the dust suspended in the atmosphere, but that dust doesn't actually contribute a significant amount to the composition of the atmosphere. Titan, the lower atmosphere of Titan, looks kind of reddish because of all the organic haze that's there. But again, that's not what the majority of the atmosphere is. That's just suspended particles. So, and if you look at the atmospheres of almost every other planet besides that, they're all blue. And then in the case of Venus, you've got, again, hazes of different kinds. So the atmospheres are just generally going to be blue, and that's how it is. And as far as particle hazes and things like that, it's difficult to realistically simulate those, though I think that would be a good thing to try to do. So it's I mean, if you want realism in atmosphere colors, it's largely going to be boring. It's not like if you have a neon atmosphere, it's going to be red, and a krypton atmosphere is going to be green. SpaceEngine is coded to do that, just sort of as a debugging feature, because you shouldn't have a, largely krypton or neon atmosphere. But in real life, they wouldn't be those colors. It would just be blue because of Rayleigh scattering. I mean, it's not like it's not just that there are a lot of variables to make a perfect ultra realistic atmosphere generator. It's also just there's just so much that we don't know about, atmospheres beyond our solar system. We only have a few atmospheres to study. We don't have a good enough sample size to have a good idea of what's out there. I think planet histories might be considered in a very few cases. I'm not sure. Atmosphere histories are considered when generating atmosphere chemistry to some extent, but I don't think planet histories are considered very much, like surface condition histories. But yeah, that's something that'll be done eventually. Yeah, that would be cool. Oh, and just in case anybody hasn't seen it yet, we'll go over the new menu again. So everything's been consolidated into one big settings menu, which were originally different menus. Okay, since at this point it seems highly unlikely that we're going to find any breathable atmospheres, does anybody have any other suggestions for what we should do or look at? Find a system with 6 or more stars? I mean, okay, that's easy. Some Messier objects? Okay. Oh, space engine crashed. Lovely. Anyway, Messier objects. Here is M31, M32, and M110. And there's the globular cluster M54. And there's the Whirlpool Galaxy M51. And the Sombrero Galaxy M104. Tadpole Galaxy, okay. Here it is. Alright, here is M57, the Ring Nebula. Seems we have kind of a dead crowd today. Nobody really wants to see anything. Maybe I should stop doing interactive streams. Well, I think it's might also be because I already showed everything that was new. But like the last 4 streams I did, like every single stream, I had people asking the same to see the same things, even though I'd already shown them. They always wanted to see them, but today nobody seems to want to see anything. No, galaxies are still rendered the same as they always have been. I don't think 1987A is in SpaceEngine. No, it's not. Well, I do want to do streams with topics and or maybe just pre-made videos, but I always wanted to keep doing interactive streams once a week, and I don't think the frequency of updates is a problem because in between almost every single one of these streams, there's been an internal development update, which I have all the latest updates from Space Engineer. It's just every other stream people have been clamoring, oh, I want to see this thing, I want to see that thing, go do this, go do that, whereas apparently none of those people are here today. But that's okay. We cannot make a spacecraft orbit around a galaxy. I'm. I don't think that's possible, at least not right now. Wait 200 million years, yeah. Oh, we can go check out a Planemo. The other streams, as far as like people who were watching it in the middle of the stream, had something like this amount. Anyway, here's a Earth mass planemo with a ring. We'll have to turn on some ambient light. It's got an asteroid unrealistically embedded in the ring. Yes, he is planning to make 3D life on planets. Yeah, procedurally generated models for galaxies and nebulae are planned. It's just, you know, something that hasn't been implemented yet. Yeah, everything is planned. All right, here's a supernova remnant. And here's another one. I like this model. It's one of my favorite nebula models. Crab Nebula? Okay. Now the Crab Nebula is the same as it always has been. Yes, they do. At the innermost part of the disk is spinning at nearly the speed of light. If they weren't spinning that fast, they would just immediately get sucked into the black hole. Go into the black hole? Okay. Spawn a spaceship inside. It'll immediately get kicked out. Yeah, these are the new ones. Yes, there are black holes without accretion disks. A planet inside the nebulae? Um, I mean, planetary nebulae have stars inside of them. I don't think there are planets orbiting them, though. Yeah, you can put planets anywhere you want. And I was answering it when I answered your question before. I was answering it in the context of SpaceEngine, not reality. Well, spacecraft are an alpha feature of an alpha engine, so it's like an alpha of an alpha. So don't expect absolute realism and rock solid reliability. All right, I think I'm going to end the stream for today, everyone. But I will try to make more videos in the future. And remember, if you have any thoughts on what you'd like to see, suggest them somewhere. You can suggest them on the SpaceEngine forum. I'll make a thread. Um, or you could suggest them on Reddit. And anyway, so I will be back with you guys no later than next Friday. In the meantime, enjoy exploring the universe, and thank you for your interest in SpaceEngine.